the reason we're making money in this business is because everybody's not accepting it. There is nothing wrong with who you are today. What is wrong is the refusal to move from where you are to where you are. 80% of the people account for 20%. I don't pray for everybody to accept this business anytime too soon.
If I should start introducing myself, I think everybody here already knows me. I think I'm one of the most popular. I'm in everybody's slide. One of the things that shocked me was when I went to Enugu and heard someone tell my story. That was when it shocked me. That a lot of people don't actually know the actual story. The person said that I was working with Kiss FM Lagos. Please, I was never in Lagos. I've always been in Abuja. Please, you should know my exact story so that in case you're presenting and someone knows me in the crowd, they will not say, this one is lying. So please actually find out what the story is. And everybody already knows that pretty much I started this journey as a copper. I am the business as a copper. But what most people do not realize is I started the journey in network marketing while I was serving. My first journey in network marketing was actually in Forever Living Products. Do you know Forever? Yeah. That's actually where I started my journey. Before I tell the story, one thing I want to let you know is this. You see, by next event, half of this crowd will be at the next event. By next year, quarter of this class is going to be doing this business. Eric Warry is my mentor, one of my biggest mentors in network marketing. He's like one of the founding, if you've not read GoPro, you've not started this business at all. He's like one of my biggest mentors, of course, through books anyway. So he said something. He met his mentor and said he wanted to be successful in network marketing and was asking what he needed to do, to succeed in network marketing. And the mentor said to him, you see, every big event, every training, everything, ensure that you're there. You see the big event here, because they were at the event when he was asking the question. He said, you see this big event, by this time next year, at the next event, half of this crowd will be there. Ensure you're part of that crowd. The year after that, half that turn up will be available at that event. Ensure that you're part of that half again. Just make sure that you stay through. One of the reasons why I'm succeeding in network marketing is because the 5 years I've been in network marketing have been very, very consistent. I've never missed any event. I've never missed any training. I only miss trainings when I'm severely sick. There's a difference between being sick and being severely sick. Or I am out of town. These are the only reasons. And the reason that I have to be out of town has to be very, very concrete. Do not miss trainings. Then again, if every time you have to do this business, you must need someone to motivate you to do the business. You have failed. You can't even succeed. That's the truth. I already know someone who's going to succeed in this business from the first, conversation I have with them. I already know who's going to succeed and who's not going to succeed. So my journey with network marketing started while I was in, serving. And then before I actually started serving, that was when I started network marketing. And then I started with Forever Living Products. Trust me, it was one of my biggest, craziest 1 year. I did Forever 1 full year before I joined Own Your Life campaign. Now within that 1 year, registration was 70-something thousand when I registered with Forever Living Products. It was 70-something thousand. But guess what I made in 1 year? Can someone guess? In my entire 1 year, can someone guess? Guess now. Oh, guys, like you're the one. It's like we made this money together. It was very exact. About 70-something thousand in 1 year of doing the business. Meaning what I made was just what I started the business with. I did not make anything. But guess what? Every single week I was going for trainings. I was presenting. I was doing everything. I was inviting. I was doing literally all the activities. But I'm only grateful to God that all of that paid off here in Own Your Life campaign. I started cooking myself when I was in. That's why I'm not quite surprised I'm succeeding here, because I built myself. And whatever it is you're going through right now in this business, just know you're cooking yourself. You're getting yourself ready. My first 1 year did not start in Own Your Life campaign. My first 1 year, let it not look like I just entered and I started succeeding. No, I started cooking myself when I was in Forever Living Products. Your first 1 year is going to be very, 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 very tough. Don't let anybody lie to you. But guess what? If you stay through that 1 year, not just that you fold your hands within the 1 year, that you're consistently running the activities within the 1 year, the next, upcoming years after that will be so massive for you. Will be so massive. But everybody wants to start reaping without sowing. You can't reap where you've not sown. That's the absolute truth. But one of the reasons why I love network marketing is this. If you're very, 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 very patient and consistent, you will make so much money. In the beginning, you're going to be asking, is it worth it? This journey, this whole thing, all this inviting, all this, is it even really worth it? But guess what? The time is going to come when you're asking yourself, am I worth all this money? I log in every time in the morning. I log into my DTC and I'm seeing money every freaking day. If I make less than 50K in a day now, less than 70K sometimes, less than 100K, I'm questioning, where did I go wrong? I remember when I started my journey in Own Your Life campaign, what was I earning as a copper? 20,000 naira from my PPA and 19,800 from the government. And then I asked God, after they absorbed me and I was still with Own Your Life campaign, I was just begging God. I said, God, please, an additional 20K will be very, very okay for me. I mean, my salary was 20K, so begging for an additional 20K was a big prayer for me. I said, God, please, an additional 20K. I'll be very, very grateful to you. And then I started doing more than 20K. I went back to God. I said, God, I know that I asked for 20K, but an additional 50K, I'll be very, very grateful to you. I started doing more than the 50K. I said, I have to, return back to God. I said, God, I'm sorry. An additional 200K. And at some point, I just told God, sorry, please, let me stop limiting you. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm very grateful to God for the past 3-4 months. I've not done less than 2 million naira in a month. That's the beauty of this business. I'm very young. I've not seen anybody who might be older than me here. I'm looking around, but I haven't. Okay. It might just shock you that she's older. It might shock you that she's older. So I'm one of the youngest, G leaders in Own Your Life campaign. And I'm very, very grateful to God that I'm mentoring so many people. It could have only been possible because of this business. I don't know what I would have been doing, and in just 3 years, I'm making what I'm making now. In just 3 years. And it's not just me, but the ability to help so many other people who are making their own money. If you see anybody in Own Your Life campaign who's making all that money, what is making them make all that money? Who they are empowering, Abi? It's just simple. The reason why Ambassador Michael Okoli is making all that money is because he has a lot of people in his team who are making money. If you're a selfish person, all that you want is my money, me. The money I'll make, me. You can't make money. And that is why a lot of you hoard this business from a lot of people, because you're scared, because the only thing in your mind is you, how much you'll be making. The reason why you haven't started inviting people is why. What's the reason? You have been selfish all the while. It doesn't matter if people register or not. I don't care if you register or not. Let it just be that I told you. Just see it. If you join, if you don't. I used to be very, very emotionally attached to this business, but right now I'm no longer emotionally attached to this business. If you join, but let it not be. Don't envy me when I'm making all that money, when I'm, cruising, when I'm traveling. In 2 days' time, on Tuesday, I'm traveling to Mauritius. I'm not waiting for Own Your Life campaign or Alliance to sponsor my trips anymore. I'm traveling to Mauritius. I sponsored my sister. 2 of us are traveling. It cost us over 1.5 million, the entire trip. One of the things I love doing is traveling. I started a travel company. I'm sure a lot of you know that already through Own Your Life campaign. One of the things I love doing is traveling. The business that you're doing can afford you the lifestyle, can help you empower people. Someone asked me, why are you guys actually doing this business? What's the reason? What's the motive? Why are you guys doing this? Is it really about the money? And guess what I said to the person? I said, yes, it's actually about the money. I'm sure some of you might be looking at me. Maybe I'll say, no, it's not about the money. No, we are here to, no, it's about the money. Do you know how much good you would have done if you had all that money? If you had a lot of money, do you know how much more good you would have done? My tithe every month is some people's salary. My tithe every month is some people's salary. My offering every day It's what some people pray for at the end of every week. And why won't I want more money? Do you know how much good you would have done? How much comfort would have been in your life? And not just your own life, the people who are around you. So why would you run away from? Yes, you're doing it for the money. I wish I had the opportunity to talk about science of money, because that's actually why people are living small. If I had the opportunity, I would have done 1 full 1 hour, 2 hours training on that. The reason why a lot of people are poor is because of the way they think about money. You've been chasing money away with the way that you think. With the things you say to yourself concerning money. Money is the root of all evil. One of those things we hear every day, Abi. If money is the root of all evil, do you know how much good you would have done, like I said, if you had all the money? So the reason why you have been living small here, a lot of people have not been turning up for the opportunity for you, because you've been hoarding the opportunity. You've not really been inviting as much as possible, because you're very, very selfish. I'm sorry. I'm very blunt sometimes, but I'm trying to help you. That's my job today. Don't hoard the opportunity. As many people as possible that can see this opportunity, they're out there. And one of the things people have is lack mentality. Have abundance mentality. There's so many people in the world. You're not the only one in the world that needs this opportunity. And some of them won't even know it if you don't tell them. That's the truth. I have a couple of my friends, Miracle, one of my leaders in Oka, when she saw the opportunity, that was so many months after I had started, and I was already making some money. She said, Didi, she was so angry with me that I had to tell her about the business months after I had joined. There's so many people out there. So many people that some people say, people already know about network marketing. It will shock you how many people in this Abuja where Own Your Life campaign started, that you ask them about, not even Own Your Life campaign, ask them about network marketing. They don't even know what network marketing is. There's so many people out there. So that was why I'm happy that Ambassador Michael Okoli said I should, run us through this. Because the truth is, if you're not inviting, if people are not seeing the opportunity, you're wasting your time. Abi, if you're not inviting, that's like, to me, that has to be the most important thing, or the most important skill in network marketing. How many skills do we have?
7.
How many skills do we have? 7 of those skills. To me, inviting has to be the most important. Inviting. So the training I'm running through today is inviting like a pro. Now, like I said, this has to be the most important skill in MLM. If you aren't successful in getting anybody to take a look, then we can guess what your future will look like. In what? Who said that? If you're not inviting, it's simple. I already know what your business looks like. I already know how much you're making if you're not inviting. If you're in my team and every time I look at the attendance and I don't see your code popping up, I already know you're not making money. Abi, how else can you be making money? Is it not by people, coming around to see the opportunity? So I want to read this so that we understand the psychology behind inviting. If you have the right mindset, your invitations will be clearer, or you'll be getting more results with your invitations. Now I got this from Eric Worre. He said, I tried everything. I was like a hunter with the goal of bagging an elephant. I went around with a gun, opportunity in my hand, and shot at everything that moved. I didn't really care about relationships. All I cared about was getting that new recruit. My attitude was, some will, some won't, so what? Next. But because I was a hunter, everyone around me felt haunted. How many of you have started losing friends because of this opportunity? So many of you, right? Good. And they started to avoid me, and it wasn't fun. Even worse, the people I did get into join my business tried to do the same thing I was doing and failed, and then what? They quit. You know that people are more inspired by what you do and not what you say. Abi? Good. So they're watching him do all of that hunting, and they're also getting the kind of results he's getting with the hunting, which is not good result, and then they quit. Now, after 3 or 4 years of frustration, I came to my defining moment and started studying successful people in MLM to see what they did. What I found surprised me. They weren't what? They were more like what? Farmers. They built relationships. They built what? Friendships. Now, that is what your job is in MLM. What's your job? What is your job? To build. You're not a hunter. You're a farmer. You're nurturing. You're nurturing. Your job is to nurture. Build relationships. Someone doesn't join your business now, you don't discard them, you don't block them. Maintain that relationship. You meet someone today, your blood is hot to start telling them about the opportunity. No. One of my friends, Raquel, I went as far as, I met her at her husband's musical concert. I went as far as joining her NGO, supporting her in her NGO. For like 3 months, I was going for their outreach. All of that was because of what? I was going to get her into the business. But first of all, she needs to care. She needs to know that I care about her genuinely. Do you understand? I went as far as like 3 months before eventually I told her about the opportunity. And when I told her about it 3 months after, she was angry with me. So you've been in this business for 3 months. And you didn't even tell. You've been in this business since. And you knew me for 3 months. I didn't even tell me. She didn't know that all I've been doing within the 3 months was what? Sowing seeds. Sowing seeds. Eric Worre talked about a lady that prospected a man for about 12 years before the guy eventually joined. 12 solid years. How many years have you prospected anybody? And you're already frustrated. 12 solid years before eventually the person registered. And the man is like Ambassador Michael Okoli in the ladies' team now. Can you imagine? Was it worth the 12 years? Very worth it. Very worth it. So your job is not to, if you have the right mindset before you go about inviting, prospecting, you're going to get more results. You know, you're going to get more results. Now you invite people to review some sort of tool. I'm a big believer in using tools to help educate a prospect. You must use tools. And the tools, we have so many tools in Own Your Life campaign. That's the beautiful thing about the reason why Own Your Life campaign is so, massive and so successful, because of, so many tools that we have come up with. We have our CDs, we have our brochures too. Are we aware? And we also have our websites and online presentations. With some companies, you can even let people sample the product and treat it as a tool. In Own Your Life campaign, we don't project our product first, Abby. But guess what? There's a creative way you can actually use the product to actually get some people to get started in the business. Let me give you an example of what happened with my aunt. My aunt used to have massive, crazy headache every night. Crazy headache, because she's a very, very, busy woman. So one day she came to my house. I was going to prospect her, but I wanted to be very careful about it, because she had done network marketing. She had done Forever, she had done Edmark, she had done Tianchi. If I just mention any network marketing, she had done it all. So I wanted to be very careful about prospecting her. So she came by to the house and she slept over. And then she started complaining about the headache again. So I said, Auntie, I have something that can help you with your headache. Oh. She said, what is it? I said, our coffee is very, very good. Oh. I would have tried our Seed 47, but I know she's not a drug, supplement person like my mother. So I said, just try the coffee. She said, how can I take coffee? I started telling her about the importance of this coffee. I didn't start telling her about Alliance Emotion Global. I just told her the importance of the coffee itself. I know a lot about the coffee, so I started telling her about the alkaline nature, what it does in the body and all that. My aunt said, okay, let's just try one. My aunt is not just an addict of the coffee right now. She's also a member of the Own Your Life campaign. So you can use it in trying to care for someone. Oh, wow, you have breakouts. I have something that can help you. It's amazing. Tell the person about the importance of the C247. What, talk. And the person says, okay, let me try. In trying to use the product, what happens? It works for them. You can tell them, if you want more of that, oh, let me tell you where that came from. Do you know you can make money from that? How? How do I make money from that? Let me show you. I can invite you for, one of our big, you don't use seminar, you don't use presentation. You can say one of our big events coming up. I can invite you for it. I have one ticket free. I'll give you a free ticket to come for the event. Have you seen how I've used products to invite the person? You may even see a stranger walking, maybe limping or something. You can tell the person, I noticed the way that he walks. Is it a thing that you have? The person can say, I've had this thing for such a long time. Is this problem what? You don't know the person from Adam more. You can tell the person, I have something that might work for you. I don't know. I don't sell it anyway. You can give it to the person for free. You don't have to sell it. But guess what? That free 6K product can bring 15 accounts after 15 accounts after 15 accounts in your business. So you can actually use a creative way, to get someone with the product too. So let's review the C21FG invitation tool. No, before we do that, I want you to have some key things in mind before you start inviting. When you have these things in mind, you go about, inviting with less pressure, and you get more results. The first thing is you don't need to have a great reputation and have a lot of influence with others for them to take a look at your opportunity. One of the lies a lot of people tell themselves when they join, network marketing or even in Own Your Life campaign, they feel they must have, they must be a president. They must know 1 million people. With the tools we have in Own Your Life campaign, I didn't know a lot of people when I joined Own Your Life campaign, actually. I came to Abuja basically to serve when I came to, when I joined Own Your Life campaign. And I didn't know a lot of people. I had to consciously start prospecting when I joined the business. And for me, I've had more results with cold markets than I've had with my warm markets. Anybody like that here? No, I'm not supposed to say this as a professional, but let me just say it out there since I'm talking to leaders. I prefer cold market to my warm market. Cold markets, they come with their plenty wahala. They expect you to work for them, but cold market, they don't, and then again, there's this see finish with warm market. They feel like they know you already, but cold market, they don't know you from anywhere. Anything you tell them, they listen, If they meet you at this point where you're changed, they feel that that's how you've always been. But your warm market, even after you've changed, they still don't want to believe that you've changed. If you used to swindle them when you were in school, they still believe that you're that same, kind of person. And it's funny because you might have changed. That's another thing network marketing does for you. Out of everything I've gotten from network marketing in terms of the money, I'm not even really excited about the money alone. What I'm more excited about is who I've become in the process. One of the things network marketing does to you is to lay bare your bad habits. Yeah? You begin to find out that you quit easily. That's your nature. You quit easily. You're lazy. You procrastinate a lot. In all these small issues, you begin to see them. And then what network marketing now does is to provide that environment for you to work on them. So I'm more grateful to God about who I've become. I can't even pay for it. All the monies I've made in network marketing, I can't pay for who I've become, in network marketing. So you don't have to have a great reputation. You can build on it. Work on your cold market. There are so many tools to inviting your cold market. Work on your cold market. Abi? Awesome. So you are not a hunter, you're a farmer. Relax and what? Sow. Gradually relax and sow. Your job is not to hunt. You're talking left, right, and center, inviting anyhow. Your job is to, build that relationship. Find out what their problem is. How I even go about my inviting is very, very, especially my friends. Especially when you're having that conversation with them. When you're having a conversation with them, let's say, what's your name? Joy. Let's say Joy is my very good friend and I want to invite her. Or let's say we haven't seen in a while and somehow I see you at, let's say, ShopRite. You're walking out and I see you and I say, hi, Joy, how have you been? We catch up and all that. It will be insane for me to start saying, there's this business I'm part of, it will be good for you. We're having presentation, what, I'm trying to invite you almost immediately. It won't make sense. What do I do? Hi, Joy, how have you been? How is your family? Oh, what's happening now? You're asking. After I ask you all that question, it's normal that you also ask me, Abby, right? But before even that, I can ask you, you look so good. You must be making a lot of money now. I know that even if she's making money, she will still say, which money, I beg? Which money am I even really making? You look good. You look like you're making a lot of money. But this, she might say, the economy is hard, try to complain about a thing or two. Are you serious? Economy is hard. Are you serious? You don't know what's happening now. A lot of people are making a lot of money now, even though a lot of people are complaining. Have you heard of Own Your Life campaign? Have you seen how I've used her to chip it in? By making her, I pushed her to complain. Do you understand? In asking her questions. So there are so many ways in just being, it looks like I'm caring. I'm asking her, how have you been? How's everything? You look so good. You look like you're making all that money. All that one is style to invite her and get her to see the opportunity. You must skillfully do what? Build trust, which is still part of that, you being a farmer. Skillfully build trust. One of the reasons why you've been trying to invite so many people and they are not turning up is because they don't trust what you've been telling them. So first of all, work on building trust with them first before what? Inviting them. I'm more inclined to come for a presentation if the person who invited me, I trust them. I know they can't swindle me. They are not bad. Yeah, Nigeria is so bad. Sorry, I'm not trying to be negative, but there's so many things, happening in the world right now, especially in Nigeria. So people are very careful with where they go to, what they are listening to or who they are moving around with. So you have to build trust first before you extend your invitation. And then the next thing is use the tools what? Use the tools what? Skillfully to enhance duplication. Now, I have so much result now that all I need to do is just show someone my alert and the person registers. I don't need to say, all I need to do is just show the person my lifestyle, all the money I'm making, my car, what, the trips I've been on, and they will register. But you know what? I still don't do that. Do you know why? If I do that with Joy, and Joy registers, does she have the results to duplicate that? No. So anything that doesn't duplicate in this business, don't do it. Because even if I register Joy, I've ruined Joy's business. Because people are more likely to invite other people the way they have been invited, right? I've noticed that when people come for home lunch and they register through home lunch, they are more likely to do their own home lunch and get their own results too through home lunch. Do you understand? If people come through 35 names, they are more likely to get their own downlines too through 35 names or the third party SMS. Exactly. So whatever it is that you want to do, ensure that it's something that duplicates. And the good thing is the tools that we have are things that you can easily, duplicate. Another thing is you must emotionally do what? Detach yourself from the outcome. Our business is very emotional, right? Abi? Yeah. It's very, 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 very emotional. The people that take the most no's are actually the ones that make the most, money. You're actually not being paid for the yes that you get. You are being paid for the no's that you get. And those no's, there are a lot. Network marketing is very, very emotional. Nobody likes to get no. Nobody likes to be rejected. Nobody in the world likes to, even me at this my level as a professional, I don't like it when I'm rejected. It's just that I'm not professional about it right now. So nobody likes to be rejected. Abi? So the business is very emotional. So one of your first points of call is to detach yourself emotionally from whatever outcome. You listen, you notice that the way you're talking, the way you're relating to people, especially during invitation, is more seamless because you're not emotionally attached to it. I've listened to some people make call and they're insulting the person over the phone. What's wrong? Even yourself, you're stupid, you're mad. I'm like, it's obvious the person is not a professional. Not a professional. Don't fight with. If the person doesn't understand it, what you can do, I know the person over at the other side of the line maybe insult you. You might say, sorry, ma, it's not your fault. It's obvious that you don't understand what we do here. Would you like me to help you out or do you want me to end the call? It will shock you because of the way you've reacted. The person might say, okay, just try and explain it to me. Do you understand? And then you take your time and explain to the person. Your job in network marketing is education and what? And understanding. Your job is to help the blind see, because there's so many blind people out there. That's what your job is. Your job is not to convince people, to force people. No. Your job is to educate as many people as possible. But then, of course, in that journey, make a lot of money. Do you understand that? So as much as possible, detach yourself emotionally from it. Whatever happens, if it doesn't happen, I don't attach myself anymore. That's why I get more results. Then another thing is, which I already mentioned, the initial goal is education and understanding. It's not getting a new customer or signing a new distributor. Your job is just to educate as many people as possible. But before you can educate, what's your job first? Educate yourself. Abi? It will shock you that most times when prospects see the opportunity and they don't register immediately, sometimes we expect people to register immediately, Abi. It will shock you that most times when they don't register immediately, it might have been just one question in their mind. Just one small question. But you're there because you're not a professional. You just feel like, they didn't register now. They've not seen it. They are blind, and then you leave them. But in probing, you've not seen this. Are you serious? You didn't make payments. Why? What happened? Person says, it's just that I don't know. I don't think it's something I can do. Once you just help them see that anybody can do it, they can easily do it. They'll make payments. That's the truth. It might just be one question in their mind. That's one of the reasons why when people are talking, especially prospects, you don't talk more than you're listening. Take your time to listen to them. You might talk, and mention something else that wasn't even their problem. They might even say, oh, even that one, I'm not registering again, so. Because you're talking too much. You might talk, and say, hey, even Ambassador Michael Okoli, even himself, he was a banker, but now he has, stopped the business. He's doing the business full-time. The person says, in their mind, they're saying, oh, I thought she said I can do it part-time. So why does Mr. Ambassador, why does he have to fire his boss? So you've gone to go and create more problem because you're talking too much. All his problem or her problem is how do I manage this, part-time? And you're there mentioning all the people that have fired their bosses. So even me too, I have to fire my boss. And I love what I do. I don't want to fire my boss. So have you seen you've lost that person because you're talking too much? So your job is to listen. So your job is what? Education and understanding. If somebody doesn't register, see what I keep asking. After every presentation, I keep asking, is there something that is stopping you from registering now? Is there something? There must be something. Oh, I need to go and talk to my husband about it. You need to still offer education and understanding in that respect. Do you understand that? Because if you allow the person to go and talk to their husband, the husband will discourage them. So you also have to guide them. Tell them, you don't have to go and talk to you. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I understand. First of all, you always say, I understand, Don't start offering advice immediately. Don't make the person feel stupid. Oh, I understand that you need to, talk to your husband. I understand that. Are you just married? I like to make you feel very comfortable. I guys just married. She says, no, we've been married for like 3 years. Oh, wow, amazing. You guys are still young now. Anyway, I understand, I understand all of that. If you're married, you must share everything with your husband, or your husband must share everything with your wife. But let me guide you, because I've seen a lot of people make mistakes. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk to your husband, but you can do it in a better way. So I guide them. Do you understand? So you must constantly remind yourself that your job and the way you go about it, the person feels like they're already part of you, like like your family already. By the time you're done, with them. Another thing is, if you focus on getting a customer or a new distributor, you will constantly be disappointed and you find your prospects running away from you. If you focus on education and understanding, you have more fun and your prospects will enjoy what? The experience. Your prospects will definitely enjoy the experience. The next thing, I already explained that. The next thing is what? Be yourself, but be a bolder self. Just be yourself through the process. Don't try and be another person. Sometimes I communicate with someone and then when they're making call, I'm hearing another voice. I'm hearing super. I'm like, do you have to change your accent too because you're making invitation over the phone? Be yourself. I'm saying, sir. I'm like, sister, what's happening? Just be yourself. I'm not saying you should now, I'm Igbo, and I know what Igbo accent is like. I'm not saying you should now bring out all your Igbo accent to the fore. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying just be be yourself, but just be bold, have a good posture when you're inviting. Have no doubt in your mind when you're inviting, because you what? Attract it. Most times I've listened to, there's a director in my team, and I'm happy that I've been able to, work out those negativities because it was really, really affecting mommy. Mommy would say every time I'm teaching mommy something, mom say, oh, forget them. Would they come? They won't come. Just leave them. Little wonder she's not succeeding because she's attracting all of that to her business. She wasn't succeeding. She traveled with us to the Philippines, so she's doing amazingly well now. But that's how mommy was before, she started doing well. She was very, very negative until she changed all of that. If you have doubts in your mind, I'm about to call Joy. Joy, right? I'm about to call Joy. And I'm already thinking that Joy will not like the opportunity. I'm already sending off wrong signals. And even the way I'll talk to Joy, I won't talk. I don't even want to talk about law of attraction and all of that now. That's not what because I'm sure some people may not believe in that. But even the way I would talk to her would definitely not get me the results I want, because I already think that no matter what I say, so I won't even say enough. I won't even be patient enough to talk with her and guide her and do all of that education and understanding thing with her. Because somewhere at the back of my mind, I already think that Joy will not like the opportunity. Do you understand that? So please, do not have any doubt in your mind. Believe that the opportunity is for everybody. Do you know why? So that when people do not join, you're genuinely shocked. And because you're genuinely shocked, they start feeling like they're missing out. And people do not like to miss out. Nobody likes missing out. Is there any need of this? My voice is loud now. We're fine, we're good. So people do not like to what? Ace out. When my upline in this business is Mrs. Ronke. I'm sure a lot of you know her because she's also in all the slides. There's this thing me and her we used to do. We used to call it combo lockdown. You never get into our midst and you don't register. It's not possible. If you don't register, there's something wrong with you. How we used to do it is if I'm expecting someone, I will inform her ahead of time that someone is coming. So we dress well. You know, we dress. That was when I still started. So we dress very well. And then the person comes. Because we didn't have, people are lucky with all the tools that we have. We didn't have all those tools then. All these third party, what. The only thing we had then mainly was questionnaires. So it was hardcore, it was raw. Invitations were raw. So what I used to do then was, if I meet someone, this particular lady, I met her at a wedding. You know, at the wedding, I took pictures with her. Somehow we got talking. Of course, as a network marketing professionals, you don't go to a place and not make friends. It's not even possible. So we started talking, and then I now told her that my phone, I don't like the way my phone is very good. I don't use bad phones. I've never used bad phones for the past, not because of money. I just like it when I have good phones. My phone could take good pictures, but I just told her, I don't know if I would like to use my phone. I don't think it's very clear. Let's use yours. Do you know why I was doing that? Because I would want her to send the pictures via WhatsApp. I didn't want to go through the steps of saying, give me your number, I'd like to know. She would send it through what? WhatsApp, so I automatically get her number. So after taking the pictures, that was how I had, she had to send the pictures on WhatsApp, and then we got talking. And then I said to her, and why don't we hang out one of these days? And she said she was traveling, I think the next day or so. I'll be in 2 days' time from that moment. And I said, okay, why don't we see the next day? And then she came to the office. Before then, I had prepared Ronke, all of us got ready and everything. So she came to the office, me and Ronke, we planned out our scripts before she came. So me and her were just gisting, how we had to go somewhere, what was. And I told her, let me just finish up with the training that we're doing. She didn't even ask me what we're doing, about the opportunity and all that. And then eventually, Ronke came and said, that was the plan, no, that was part of the script. Ronke came and said, okay, Ronke came, and then I introduced two of them. Ronke said, has Didi told you what we do here? And she said, no, she didn't. And Ronke looked at me like, how about Didi? You're such a bad friend. Are you sure? She was now asking the girl, are you sure two of you are friends? Didi, you're making all that money and you haven't even told your friend. How about now? Me, I was now forming, now she just came so that we'll hang out. Ronke said, see, if I were your friend, if I were you, I'll just leave this girl. She's not serious. She's not a good friend. She's making all that money. She hasn't even told you what she's doing. Ronke now walked out. The girl was now asking, what do you people do now? Yeah, tell me. She was the one begging. I was not looking at Ronke, why are you now doing this now? Why are you making me look like a bad person? And she just came to hang out. The girl was now like, just tell me now. Yeah, tell me. And I said, okay, that this is what we do actually. I now showed that opportunity, what. I said, okay. But I was not telling her that, no, but I don't think it's going to be for you. I don't think it's for your kind of person. And people don't like it when you tell them it's not for you. She said, no, now, but I can do it now. I said, are you sure you can do this thing? I make a lot of money, but I don't know if you can still, all that one I was doing was just to trick it, to push it and everything. She said, I would like to do it now. I said, okay, no problem. I took her to Boss Mike, all that one I was taking her around for was to add more fire. And eventually she paid for 3 centers. And that's how we do we call it combo close down. Nobody comes. What most people do in my team right now is they go to the attendance and see only one person came. They leave. They feel like there's no need of staying till the end because it's just one person and the one person may not register. Back in those days, because the invitation was raw, you see only one person. In my mind, that one person has registered though. I invited 10, 20, only one showed up. That one person has to register to make up for my stress. I'm sorry. You must register. How you register, where the money will come from, none of my business, but you must register. So I do everything. Take the person to Mike for education. Take the person to every single person must talk to the person. Pata, you drop one account and leave. We'll talk about, most people registered in my team then and say, after everything, they say, how did she even make me bring her money? How did I even bring her money? Because in my mind, they've registered. They don't even know that they've registered. As they are there in that hall, in my mind, they've made payment, they've registered. I've bought shoe. I bought bag with their 4/8 that they made for me. While they are still listening to presentation, deciding if this thing makes sense or not. But what most of you do now is you're very calm about it, Someone just comes, you see just one person, you feel like, today was a bad day and you leave. No, one person comes is the best day of my life because that one person. In fact, it's even stressful when 10 come because how will I chase 10 at the same time? But if it's one person, that one person, like I said, must register. You must make payments. So have no doubt in your mind while you're inviting. Don't have that doubt. And that belief, that core belief has worked for me. In this business, when I joined, I told myself it's either I succeed or I succeed. You know, the brain likes it when you have two options. So I gave my brain two options. And those options were the same. But I don't care, but there are two options. It's either I succeed or I succeed. So there was no room for what if. I just knew I was going to succeed. The next thing is what? Be excited and talk with what? Conviction. One of the things that can help you with that, especially when you're inviting, you need to talk with that confidence because questions are coming in when you're inviting, when you're making that call and all that. One of the things that help me is self-development. Develop yourself and understand the company that you're with. I'm sure there are a lot of you here that might ask one question or the other. Who are the 3 founders of Alliance Emotion Global? You will not know. There's some things I'll ask you about our business. You have no idea. And it's sad because if you invite, what's your name?
Charles.
And I invite Charles. And Charles comes and sees the opportunity. After seeing everything, he has 1 or 2 questions. And he's asking me. And I'm saying, I don't know. But let me take it to my leader that will answer. You don't know? You're in this business. How do I join someone that is clueless? Do you understand? So you have to know well enough. The knowledge builds posture. It builds confidence. So know enough about the opportunity. Today, start asking questions. When I joined Own Your Life campaign, I literally asked about everything. That's one of the reasons why I'm one of the top leaders. I didn't join when the campaign started exactly, but I'm one of the top leaders now. Why? Because I was asking questions. I go to my DTC. I'm seeing some of you, there are some things you've seen in your DTC, but they're looking at you, you're looking at them. You have no idea. You're moving ahead. I ask questions. What is this? What is that? And everybody will answer those questions for you. But you're moving ahead ignorantly and you're not getting results. That's why. Ask questions. Build posture. Build confidence by knowing more. Now, the less time you spend during invitation, the more results you get. So do away with all the unnecessary stuff. When you're inviting, say less. We know you're smart. We know you are intelligent. We know that you know everything. We know that you know the 7 wonders of the world. You know everything in this life. But please keep it what? Simple. Don't say so much. The less you say, just stick to the script. The script is already available. It's already at your disposal. Abi? So stick to the script. The less you say, the more results you will get. Do you understand that? Awesome. Then if it's not a third-party invitation, always add at the start of the conversation, I'm in a hurry, or quick one. Do you understand? So if what I mean by if it's not a third party, meaning if it's not questionnaire and someone else is making the call for you, if it's if you're the one who's making the invitation, like maybe the big announcement or the third party call, not the SMS this time, the call itself, always start with, I'm in a hurry right now, but it's really important that I reach you at this point. The reason is because you're not giving that person room to ask too many questions. Do you understand that? But if you start with, hello, how are you doing? You balance like this. How is your children? How is your husband? How is? The person will think you have time and start asking. When you now tell the person about, I'm inviting you for what, or have you heard of Own Your Life campaign? The person will now say, but you had time now. Why is it that now I'm asking you questions? You're now in a hurry. So from the beginning, give off that feeling of, I'm in a hurry right now. Or quick one. I'm very busy right now, but it's important. That's why I will also advise that when you're making invitations, stand. Because it creates that sense of urgency for even you. So when you're making that call, and also because you want your voice to, you want to sound confident, don't make calls or invites or whatever lying down. You won't get that result you want. Stand if possible, or sit up if possible. Do you understand? So the less you say, the more results you will get. The final thing there is invite 24 or 48 hours before what? Presentation. If you share questionnaires, don't leave your questionnaires for 7 days, 10 days. When you're now making the call, the person has forgotten that they even filled anything. You do radio. I've done a couple of radios where maybe let's say we try to call the person and the person didn't pick, and then we try to call the person maybe 4 days later and the person picks, and we're telling the person, oh, you responded to our blah blah. The person says, I responded to so many things on radio, I don't even know the one you're talking of, right? And then again, you have to move with that sense of urgency again, because there's so many people in Own Your Life campaign now, right? Where you might go and invite one person, you take 2 days. By the time you call the person says, oh, sorry, I just registered yesterday. Yes, no, it happens. Happens. Yeah. That's why sometimes you invite someone and then you call the person says, oh, I just registered. And you think it's someone stole your prospect, not knowing that someone else had invited, because you were wasting time. It happened to one of my my downlines. He did it, the downline did a 35 names. He abandoned the 35 names for a while. By the time he called one person, that person had done 7 accounts on that 381. I don't know if you know 381 code. Yes, because someone else was faster. Someone else did not waste time. Do you understand that? So don't waste time. 24 hours, 48 hours max. Whatever calls you have in your hand, start making the invitations that fast. So how do you connect people easily? I'm sure all of us know these methods already. I'm just going to run through them. Now that I've mentioned some of these things you should have in mind, I'll just run through them quickly. Own Your Life campaign has the most amazing invitation methods I've ever seen in my life. And I was listening to Eric Worre's training, one of his trainings, and I found out that this third-party SMS that we brought out is actually from him. So the leaders that you're working with, the Own Your Life campaign masterminds, are actually really, 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 really visionary leaders, to be honest. Because I just found out that all these things, even the business launch, it just didn't come from their head. They did intense study. For me to find this third party, I don't know if a lot of you know about the GoPro Academy. I know how many videos I listened to before I saw where he talked about this third party. I was like, wow. Also, this is where Own Your Life campaign actually got this from. So your leaders are actually really amazing, and these methods work if you work them. And one thing I want to say to you is this is just adding it for you. The fact that business launch does not work for you does not mean you should not learn it and teach your downlines. Did you hear what I said? The fact that business launch does not work for you, or you don't have people for business launch, because it's normal that you may not at this point, let's say you just registered, maybe you're in a state where you don't know a lot of people. Business launch may not work for you at that point. That does not mean you should not learn about business launch and then teach your downlines, because it may work for them. It may work for them. I have a lot of people in my team that questionnaire is what works for them. If it's not questionnaire, they're not doing anything again, and they're getting massive results. I have a lot of people in my team that third party is working massively for them. I have a lot of people in my team that home launch is what it is for them. And I have some people that the only thing they're doing is radio, and radio is working massively for them. And also have a lot of people that are trying that same radio and they're not getting any result at all. Do you understand the dynamic? So because one thing is working for me doesn't mean I shouldn't learn everything and then teach. The reason why I can even teach this method is because actually I've tried everything and I've learned about them. That's actually why I can teach it. Now for the business launch invitation, how many of you have done your business launch here? How many of you? You've done business launch here? None of you.
Sorry, can I get advice?
I'm going to do that. So most of you don't even know. Or big announcements.
Big announcement.
Have you done big announcement? Yeah. Awesome. Big announcement is actually business launch. That's what it is. It's from business launch. It's now the invitation format that turns it into big announcement. The method we had for big announcement was this before it evolved into, for business launch, before it evolved into big announcement. The business launch was more or less like this. Let's say, but this method is strictly for your warm market, not for your cold market. It has to be your warm market, people that know you. You know, I can't come and invite somebody I just met today for I'm inviting for one big project and here, how is that my business? We just met today. So this is just strictly for people that know you. So let's say I want to invite, what's your name, ma? Let's say I want to invite Mrs. Grace. And let's say she's my aunt, and I really want to invite her without dragging her around and all that. I call her, hi, auntie, how are you doing? She says, I'm very fine, dear. How is everything? I say, I'm fine, auntie. Auntie, quick one. What are you doing on Saturday? I have a wedding. No, I have a wedding. okay, no problem, auntie. I'll talk to you. There's something I want to talk to you about, but later. I caught the call. Do you understand that? The reason is because I don't want to invite her, and then she says, oh, I have a wedding, and then I've wasted that invitation. Good. Because if I want to now invite her next weekend, am I launching the project how many times? Or am I launching the business how many times? So, but if she says, on Saturday, I'm not doing anything really. Oh, thank God, auntie. Auntie, what are you doing by 3? I'm sure 3 is free for you. She says, yes, 3 is free for me. I'm launching my new line of business by 3 o'clock on Saturday. I'm calling very few of my friends, my relations, people that I respect and admire. Auntie, you're one of them. She says, what does that give her? It gives her that feeling of, okay, that feeling of importance. And she says, yes, okay. Auntie, please. Like I said, it's happening on Saturday by 3. Can I trust you to be there, please? It will mean the world to me if you're there. She says, what if she's very inquisitive, and she's wearing glasses, so she's very inquisitive. She may ask, what actually are you launching? Auntie, I knew you would ask that question. The truth is, I want it to be a surprise to my friends and my family, my people that I respect. Auntie, if it was something I would launch over the phone, I would have told you now. I respect your time, and I'm also busy. Auntie, please, can I trust you to be there? I really want to be there. She would not say no to me if Saturday by 3 o'clock is a clear date for her. Do you understand that? I say, thank you so much. At the end of everything, she says, okay, no problem, I'll be there. Thank you so much, auntie. God bless you. I knew I could count on you. At the end of this call, I'll send you the address. If the address is going to be in the office, if it's going to be in your house, whatever place is going to, the business launches can be anywhere. Do you understand? So I forward the address to her, and then that's it. Do you understand? Invite as many people as possible. It could be in your house, wherever. As many people as possible. If you haven't tried business launch or big announcements, since a lot of people have tried big announcements, if you haven't tried it, please try it. It's amazing. Reason is that, especially if it's going to be in your house, reason is that people are going to be more comfortable in your house, right? They are more likely to turn up because they are going to be comfortable in your house. They know that you won't cheat them in your house. Of all things you want to do, it's going to not be in your house. So they'll be more comfortable. Sorry, let me finish up. They're going to be, can you write down any question you have? Because if I keep taking questions in between, it might distort the whole thing. And I'm almost done. Do we understand that? Yes. Do we understand? Yes. Awesome. So everybody here, I'll employ you to try big announcements. I noticed a lot of people are bent on doing just 35 names. Because 35 names looks like you're just writing name, you're detaching yourself. But guess what? If you want good results, the good thing is even if you've done 35 names with these people, you can still do business launch with them. They won't know it's the same thing you're trying to invite them for. Do you understand? So even if I put mommy's name in my 35 names and they called her and she didn't show up, I can call her after 2 weeks, or let's say 3 weeks or a month, and call her for my big invitation, my big announcement or my home launch. Do you understand that? And she will still turn up. She doesn't even know it's the same thing, but I'm just using another format to invite her. Awesome. So the business launch, office launch, and home launch are related. They're the same thing. It's just the location. The other one is the questionnaires. Some people say questionnaires are a bit hard for them. Abi? Because you have to go to the streets, walk around, what. But the good thing is, like I said, even if it doesn't work for you, it will work for some of the people coming under it. And actually, what I used to build my business was actually the questionnaires. Because I was serving then, like I said, I didn't know a lot of people. So it was the questionnaires that I actually used to build a massive team. Before the other methods started coming in and what. Questionnaires are very, very easy if you understand the concept. Now, if you share questionnaire, how I know someone has shared the questionnaire very well at the field is when I'm making the calls. By the response I get, I know if the person who shared the questionnaires did a good job there or not. When you're sharing the questionnaire, remind yourself that your job is not to go there and present the opportunity. Even if they're asking you questions, just tell them, I'm not being paid to do all of that. There's someone at the office that has been paid to answer your questions. I am just being paid to give out the questionnaires. Do you understand? I've heard a lot of people go to the field and they're saying, oh, it's a business opportunity. It is good for you. It will help you. It has helped me. It has helped you. Abia, come and start explaining yourself. So you don't even know much about it. You're just being paid, right, to share the questionnaires. The person is still asking you. The information is there for you. They show people an alternative way to raise funds. It's clearly there. but it's strictly by selection. When they call you from the office, they will explain more to you. Just remind them or let them know that they will definitely have their answers or questions answered when the call comes from the office. But as you're there at the field, be tricking it small. I hope they even call you, because they don't even call everybody. I pray they call you. That's why you have to be very careful when you're feeling this thing. No? Be careful when you're feeling it. I know a couple of people that feel it and they've been disturbing me and they've not called them. What are you doing? You're preparing them. You're preparing them. So when they're now, before, I'm sure most times when you share questionnaire, you see them filling it really quick. But because of the way you've told them, I can remember one man, when he was filling the questionnaire, he said, let me sit down now. Just give me small time now. I don't want to fill it anyhow. Me too, I need capital. So he took his time to fill it. Questionnaire that doesn't take more than 2 minutes. I had to give off questionnaires, give out and everything. Came back to him. My guy was still filling questionnaire because I told him that he has to take his time, because they don't select everybody, and it's based on what you feel, and you have to be sharp and smart about your answers. Do you understand that? So there's a way you share the questionnaire, the psychology behind it. That's why 2 people will go to the field and share questionnaires. One person is always getting sign-ups. The other person is not getting sign-up because of the way the other person is sharing it. I always tell people just 2 things when you're going out to share questionnaire. Okay, 3 things actually. The first thing is to wear a smile. Wear your smile to go out to go and share questionnaire. Dress well. You don't go there and say, own your life. They show up how to raise funds. Own your life, blah, blah, blah. You don't even look like you own your shoe. You don't even look like you own your shirt. You don't look like you own anything. I'm not saying you should buy Gucci shoe. There's this thing me and Ronke started doing lately. We remind each other one thing we used to wear back in the days and laugh at each other. I remember one wig Ronke wore for such a long time. But you know the funny thing? Prospects don't even know. She now reminded me of one shoe, one high heel shoe. I wore that shoe from forever and entered Own Your Life campaign with that same shoe. Because I didn't have the money. Where do I want to steal the money? But the good thing is, friends might know, but prospects don't know. I can wear the same thing and train new people. Tomorrow I wear the same thing again and go and train another set. Wear the same thing. No, they don't know, Habi. They don't know. So wear your best, whatever, when you're sharing questionnaire. Because first of all, people, when you're presenting, when you're prospecting, whatever you're doing in this business, people assess you first of all. They're looking at your shoe. Okay, they show people how to raise fund. Okay. Tell me more. They're still assessing you. Okay. I'm not interested, please. Because of the way you're dressed. So please dress well. Like I said, you mustn't go and buy Gucci, what. No. The little you have, just put it together. The little you have. There's one downline of mine that wore one suit. But now, he's dressing is sweet now. He's sweet now because he has started making money. I used to remind him, because I like reminding people their story. I even like reminding myself my own story, how I started. I'll remind him, I say, Demi, I remember when he would just laugh. And all that story is very, very important. Abby, it's important because it's part of your story. So that's it for the questionnaire. When you go out to the field, wear a smile, dress well, and be confident. People like to sound smart. So when they feel like you're not confident, they'll be asking you questions. The questions they're asking you, it's not like they know too much. But once they feel like they've defeated you, they'll just be asking just to feel smart. You just like to sound smart. But when they know that you're too confident for that nonsense, oh guy, please, if you're not interested, it's not for everybody, please. Can I have my questionnaire back? Person is saying, oh yeah, now. How a person can't play with you again? And then they feel it. Tell them, oh, sorry, sir. You can see I have very few, and it's not for everybody. Please, can I have it? Person say, you may even collect it from them if they are not very serious. Just collect it from them. But if they start saying, oh yeah, now I'll fill it, then you give it to them, right? Then I also advise when you're sharing questionnaire, you go in group. Don't go alone, right? The emotional trauma when you're alone is more. But when you're with other people, they are shooting that person there, they're shooting you here. When people meet again, you give each other moral support before you go back. When I started sharing questionnaires, I shared it quite a lot. Maybe the reason why I didn't quite feel some of the things some people feel now is because I was always going in group. Don't go alone. The trauma is too much for one person to face when you're going alone, right? So always go in groups. Then the third party, everybody already knows. That's like the everything everybody uses now, right? I recommended your name for an NGO run a walk campaign. But let me now add something that can help you get more results. People are going to start calling you when you send that SMS. Don't dodge their call. Don't dodge their call. And then also as a guide for your downlines, inform them what I'm just saying. Don't just give your downline 35 names and say, write 35 names, send SMS and send them off. If they don't get results, it affects you too now. Abi, the reason why a lot of you are not getting results because you're not monitoring what is happening down there. And it's still your business. This business is still your business. Whatever happens, if he's my downline, whatever happens to him affects my DTC too. So I have to care for him. I have to ensure that he gets results. Do you understand that? So I have to monitor him, how he's sending the SMS, ensure he sends the SMS very well. And you also have to inform him, these are the likely questions you're going to get. That's why when people, there's this thing we have in Own Your Life campaign, I don't know how much that has been, how much, I think that has been watered down a little in Own Your Life campaign. The IPO, when I started Own Your Life campaign, or when we started Own Your Life campaign, if you register someone, you do the IPO. You don't wait for the QSG time for them to get the IPO and the QSG. You do the IPO yourself. The reason is because it's personal. IPO is supposed to be personal. That is when you begin to, because at that big hall, I will get more results if I do a one-on-one training. This training I'm doing now, I'll get more results if I do a one-on-one with him than this large class. All of you will learn, no? But imagine if I sit him down. I understand his wiring, how he thinks, his limitations. Because the truth is, how she may be faster than him. Do you understand? So I may have to be a bit more patient with him, or maybe a bit more patient with her. Do you understand? Now, IPO is actually the bedrock of this business. Try and do the IPO yourself. You get more results. That's why you begin to ask them, are you here for the long haul? Are you here for the, what actually do you want? What's your why for doing this business? You ask them all these key questions. It might look like these questions are just, let it just be that we're asking questions. No, these questions are really, 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 key. So when you're also giving them the 35 names, teach them so that they get results with their 35 names. Do you understand that? Awesome. So when you send the SMS, questions like, I just saw your SMS. What is it about? My dear, I don't know so much. It was just a colleague of mine that met me. Sit up. Once that call comes, sit up. Don't lie down and say, I don't really know. The person will say, like, this person is not serious and cut the call. Tell the person, my dear, I don't really know so much about it, but I know a lot of people have said so many fantastic things about this organization. I know they show people an alternative way to raise funds. I'm not quite sure, 100%, but I gave them your name. They've called you. No, you just send me the SMS. Okay, they've not called you. I pray they call you because I heard that they don't call everybody. Are you seeing how? So that if I'm the one who sends the SMS and eventually she's the consultant that will call from the office, she'll get a lot of results. A lot of people will turn up from my 35 names. Do you understand? Some people send the 35 names and they're saying, nobody is coming, nobody is coming. Not even that nobody is signing up. What I'm teaching you today is not how to get more sign-ups. What I'm teaching you today is how to even get people to even show up. Let them even come. Let it now be that the presenter did not do a good job. Let them show up. But first of all, it starts from the fundamental activities. If you make, it's not just by, she's making the call, she's not getting results. No. How did you send the 35 names? What were the responses? Don't dodge the calls. Because if you dodge the call, the person may say, maybe you were even sending broadcast and you mistakenly sent it to them. Do you understand? Some might just reply, oh, thank you, God bless you. You don't need to explain anything to them. It's just those people that call back to ask more questions. I don't know so much, but when they call you. Now, from time to time, what you can do to just pepper them up a little is, have they called you? The person says, no, they haven't. Hey, I hope they've not missed, though. I hope they've... What I'll do for you, I'll just talk to them, my colleague, and see how they can smuggle your name so that they will call you. What are you doing? Well, they'll start expecting... Do you understand? They start expecting. That's what you do. All these things you're doing is to help yourself get more results. So that's it for the third party. The next thing is meetings in other states. Just find out from your leader how many states you have this opportunity running. One of the things I tell my leaders is this. One of the things I'm also working on is this. Start building yourself now. Start building yourself now. You can go to any state and conquer any state. One of my leaders was just, I don't know if any of you are in the emerging leaders group. One of my downlines, Abigail, just bought a car, a Dodge. You saw it. That was 2 days ago, Abby. Thursday, yeah. She bought the car. Now, Abigail is just 9 months in the business. When she was here, she never missed cell meeting. Every cell meeting, she's just in front, taking notes. She's not asking questions, she's just taking notes. Just taking notes. Every training, she's there in front, always in front. It was so bad that some people, even if she comes a little late, people will sit here and hear because they already know that this place is for her. That's how crazy it was. As if she was at, because every time she comes, it's just one seat in between two. I don't know why she likes that particular seat. Everybody just used to leave that seat for her. And then she continued building here. And after a while, she got quite some results here in Abuja, but she just traveled to Benue. And for the past 3-4 months, Abigail has not made anything less than $1 million in Own Your Life campaign in Benue State. She went to a new state and conquered. So what I do with my leaders now is I'm helping them and building them. You can go to any state and conquer any state. The state where where are you coming from? Enugu may not work for you. I'm not saying because it's working for a lot of people. Abuja is working for me. Some people say it doesn't work for them, but Abuja, a lot of my money is still coming from Abuja. It may not work for you, but if you learn enough, you can go to Makodi, you can go to Lokoja, anywhere at all, and conquer there and be the mastermind in that place, right? My downline, the Abigail in Benue, they call her mastermind. She now said, how does she change that? I said, are you not a mastermind? You're the one that masterminded it there now. Abi, you're a mastermind there. She's not a G leader, but she makes more money than some G leaders. That's how crazy that lady is. So meetings in other states, you might start off the expansion yourself. If there's a state you're passionate about, you feel like you make a lot of money. Because I believe in leading. Your spirit might lead you somewhere because that's where your success lies. I remember when Abigail was moving, I kept on holding her back. I said, Abigail, it's not better for you to stay here, build here. What was she said? I really want to go to Benue. She's actually not from Benue. It's even the husband that's from Benue. She said, I don't know. I just feel like it will work there. And she went to Benue. She's just been in Benue for like 4 months now. And it's been 5 months now. And it's been really explosive for her. She has a team of over 700 people there in Benue. And if you see her, some of you saw her now. She's slimmer than me. If you see her, you won't even think she can. One day, when I went to Benue State to train her leaders, and that's another thing you try to do, ensure trainings go on. That one training I went for in Benue has pushed my business to another level. So I went there to train her leaders and some of my other leaders that are in Benue, but they are not in her team. And I said, what is this girl actually saying to them? Because she has a tiny voice. I said, what is it? What's she even saying to them? What does she do? What actually? I went and saw her. She doesn't do anything extraordinary. The normal presentation, the normal close down, that's just what she does. But guess what gives her the result? The belief. That's just what gives her the result. So wherever you're at right now, it may not work for you, but start working on expanding. Even if it's not you that expands to those states, start working on your leaders to expand to, different places. So work on yourself. You might be here and be making money. I'm making money for over 10 states now. And I'm not even in those states. And I'm making a lot of money from those states. So you can have extension of yourself in different places, right? Another one is the presentation video. We have a video that explains this in just 9 minutes. But learn the script to give it out. Don't just broadcast it. Tell your leader to send you the script for giving out the video. There's a way you give out the video, you will not get results. You find out that you've sent the video to 1 million people, not even one person has signed up because they're not giving it out well. Please, one assignment I want to give everybody is get the GoPro and read the GoPro. Don't read it, drink the GoPro. Even now, when I read the GoPro, I still learn a thing or two. It's like the Bible of MLM. If you've not read that book, you've not even started with network marketing, right? I can say 1,000,001 things today. You can, if you like, stay for this training from the very beginning. When it's time to pee, you don't pee, you're still seated here. When it's time to eat, you're not eating, you're still seated here. At the end of this training, if you like, attend 1,000,000 more trainings. If you don't act on all these things we've said today, you still fail in this business. And God forbid that after all these things, traveling all the way from, you said Enugu, I'm sure a couple of you, Jos, Kaduna, and different places. It will be a sad thing that after everything you've heard today, the strategies, the secrets, and everything, there's actually no secret though. I've not said anything that you don't even know. That's the funny thing. Have I said anything that you don't know, sir? No. I'm only just reaffirming things that has been said to you before. To refuel you, basically. So if at the end of this training, you're still looking for motivation, you're still You are still not acting on everything you've heard. I'm sorry. It's obvious that you don't want to succeed here. So finally, on the day of the event, reminder calls are what? Compulsory. Reminder calls are what? Compulsory. Please, do not miss any day. Do not miss. I don't even like reminder SMS. Because most times people don't see the SMS. Do reminder call, whether it's a big announcement, whether it's a third party, whatever method it is, ensure that you do reminder call. A lot of people have found out that a lot of people invite massively and they don't get result because on that day they failed to remind their prospects. In Own Your Life campaign, in network marketing, it's the very little things that give you results. It's the very, very little things that have given me results. It's not even the big things. I'm not a master recruiter. Hey, if you go to the attendance, you see 5 million people from Didi. I am not a master recruiter. But I believe in those little things. Even if it's just 5 people that came for me, I will use the system, following them up, ensure, okay, I've done reminder call, okay. You know, every single thing, after they've come, I ensure that I follow them up. After the follow-up, what date are you going to make your payment? I write it down in my diary. I follow up on that exact day. It's the little things that give you results. It's not actually the massive things. Do we understand? Awesome. So ensure that you do reminder call. And finally, what is there? After everything we've said, after everything, if there's any doubt anywhere, either in yourself, either in the company, either in the compensation plan, either in the product, either in your leader, either in Own Your Life campaign, either in the system, anything, if there's any doubt in your heart concerning this business, it's going to affect your business massively. My secret, my only secret in this business, my only, if there's even a secret, which is not even, to me, is not even a secret, but if there's anything I do more than every other thing in this business, is to believe in myself, believe in the opportunity that God has presented me with, believe in everything concerning this business. I believed in it so much that my parents started thinking I was brainwashed. That's how bad it was. On Sunday, your mates are seated, they are resting. You're going to go and run presentation. Every single day, I do 7 times a week. When I started Own Your Life campaign, 7 times a week. My body used to do me like this when I'm at home, as if I'm missing out on something, like something is missing. What am I at home for? Sometimes I'm sleeping, I'm imagining the 4/8 leaving my DTC. Not even entering, they're leaving I just wake up. The only thing fueling me in this business, is my dreams, the things I hope to achieve. These are the things that fuel me. These are the things that I don't need anybody to come and say, hey, they motivate me. You will succeed. You will. No. Where I've been, I can't even be there again. I can't enter there again. I can't be there again. Now the things I hope to achieve, they're enough to wake me up at night. I don't set alarms anymore. I can't remember the last time I set an alarm. I don't set alarms. I know what most people do is set alarm. I don't set an alarm. I've never set alarm in the past maybe 4 years. I've not. Because when there's something I have to do, it keeps me awake throughout the night. Even when my eyes want to close, it wakes me up. Didi, you're not a millionaire yet. You're sleeping. Is something wrong with you? What is wrong with you? My brain literally doesn't even allow me sleep. It doesn't. If your dreams don't keep you awake at night, you haven't started. You haven't started. You don't need a motivation. I don't need Mr. Ambassador Michael Okoli to motivate me. I'm sorry, I don't need that. My dreams are enough to wake me up at night. I know what I want. And up till this very moment, I still don't set alarms. They're still waking me up. My goal for you, my prayer for you is that by this time next year, a lot of you are going to start, seeing massive results. And I want to end this with this short story. Mrs. Ronke introduced me to her care group. That was about last year. I went for her care group. Everybody knows about care group, Abi, about cell meetings in churches. So she invited me for her cell meeting, and I went there. First of all, when I got there, the house that they use, because what they do usually in church is that most people offer up their houses for the cell meetings. So the woman that we went or that they used her house is actually a politician. So when I got there, from the gate itself, I was already admiring the building. We got inside, I was admiring the curtains, the couch, everything was on point. Everything was beautiful. The floor, hey, I was already thinking, God, this is my dream house. This is what exactly this is what I want. And then we came inside, we sat down, we prayed, reviewed a couple of things. And then at some point, it was now time for, I think they call it care. I can't remember. I think it's that point where people begin to, I'm having this problem, pray for me. Just prayer requests, yes. So one lady came out first. She said she has this prayer request that she's begging God, that God should just, there's a job she just got. I think the job is about 50 to 100K. That she's about to get the job. We should just pray for her that she actually gets the job. She has gone for the interview, what. Okay, after her own. Said, okay, no problem. And then the next person that came out, I had my own prayer request. I was thinking about, should I, because it was my first time. Should I not, should I? Then the person that now came was the owner of the house. When she came out, it's as if they dipped, the shine on clothes like her own now. It's as if because it's expensive actually. So some people just put it on just in front. It's as if they carried her own, put it inside the bling bling and brought it out. Everything was shiny about her gold. You'd even know that it's pure gold, everything on her hand. She came out with her hands like she has long nails like mine, even longer. She's elderly. She said, she just wants to pray to God that actually they're tired of this house. So what is happening here? My prayer request. Somebody's tired of it. What is happening here? She said she's actually tired of this house. Can you see the cracks? I was looking for crack. I did not see cracks. I said, where is the crack? I didn't see anything. She said, the cracks and everything. So myself and my husband were tired of this house. We actually have two options. The first option is a house near here. It's about 80 million naira. But right now they don't have the entire money. They have about 50 million to buy, but they don't have the entire money. The second option actually meets their exact budget, but they're just praying to God. If God wants them to take the one of 50 million that is within their budget, let God just reveal it to them. If it's the one of 80 million, let God provide the money. I said, wait. Is it the same God that these two people are praying to? One person is praying to God for how much? 50 to 100K. The other person is praying to God about what? 80 million. I was just looking at these two people. Me too, I had prayer requests. I know shame did not allow me to open my mouth to pray. Pray for what? That's why when someone is praying beside you in church, you start and listen to their prayer. If it's 1,000 naira prayer, give them 1,000 so that they stop disturbing God. Stop, take 1,000. It's not the same ear, so that God will answer you. 100K. I now said, but wait though. It's not the same God all of us were all serving. It's not the same God she's praying to. It will shock you that some of your prayers, God is listening to you just doing like this. Hey, if only you knew. If only you knew my plans for you, you will open your mouth and ask for better. You will open your mouth and pray well. What is this chewing gum? What is this chewing gum request? What is this? What are you asking for? You're asking for 50,000 when you're worth more than that. So please, at the end of today, make bigger prayer requests. Thank you so much.
If you have a question, can I see your hand up? I've seen one only. One. Any question? Two. Any other person? Any question?
Sorry, let me say something.
Okay.
How many of you are making over $1 million here? You're making over $1 million. The reason why you're not making over $1 million is because there are still some things you do not know. Ask your questions. Don't have questions and keep it to yourself. If you're not making over $1 million, you're not a millionaire yet, and you're not asking questions. You're keeping your questions to yourself. It's sad. You don't know and you're not asking. So, how many people have questions, please? Because I have presentation. I need to do testimony for them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. Okay, but first, before you go into your question, I would like to ask a question.
Okay.
I know that is fishing in some person's mind. As mean, some persons here are about to become presenters. They have 15 accounts. They've not been able to cover. Okay, let's just say 7. And they've recruited some persons, and some they've turned to chicken, or some are still in the cocoon. Now you want to share your questionnaire, which is your main entry point. That's what you do. What do you tell the person outside that is coming back to see you talk to him?
No, I didn't quite get that question.
Okay, let's assume he's okay. I am a presenter. I'm the one mounting the meeting. I'm going to talk, and then my team, my downlines are not doing very well, and I can't be waiting. I want to build my team again, and I want to use the questionnaire. So I'm going back to share my questionnaires and inviting those people and telling them they are going to call them whatever, and they are going to come to the meeting, and they come to the meeting and they see me present.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you do?
You could beg your upline to make the call for you. You could for the question. You could beg your upline to
do the presentation.
Do the presentation for you.
Okay.
It will not make sense for you to share questionnaires and be the one to present. Don't get it wrong. I can do radio and be the one to present.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You're getting there
But
now.
the questionnaire, you're on the field, you've given out, you've told them already that a consultant, you've spoilt it with that because someone comes and says, oh wait, so I'll share the questionnaire, I'll make the call, I'll be the one to present. I'm not going to do it. So no, I don't agree with that.
You get that down. So you either get your downline or somebody.
You can even get your downline.
Get somebody that is good to present for you.
Just get someone to present for you.
Because when you share your questionnaires, you can't be there to present.
Yeah.
Thank you. So next question. No. Don't hold it. No, you want to bring question, just keep your question down. We'll take it the floor.
Okay.
I would like to take you back to
Sorry.
the initial startup when you started. You said you don't need to have a great reputation before you convince people. And then the third point was that you must skillfully build trust. How do you integrate number one to number three? How do you link it up? Can you throw more light on that if you can just take us back to?
I understand what you're saying. I don't have to go back. There are clearly two different things. Some people have bad reputations when they join, or before they join, I mean. Let me give you an example. There's this guy in my school. He was the president for my department before we left. Now, before we left, the magazine we did, we raised so much money, like over $1 million anyway. But by then, of course, $1 million was like a lot. He took the money that was supposed to remit to the department, use it to do some other things. He didn't even give us any. I was part of people that did the magazine. He didn't give us anything. But guess what? He joined network marketing and he's doing well. Do you understand? So that reputation is not holding him back. That's why I said your cold market doesn't know you from anywhere. You don't know that you've always been, if God forbid, not you, that a chairmaker has always been a prostitute. Do you understand? So with a change of lifestyle, you can still succeed in network marketing. That's what I'm saying. So for the second one, I mean, now that you're now here, build your skill, build yourself, right? When I joined Own Your Life, in fact, when I joined network marketing, I had to go back to my Facebook. Not like I have pictures of me with bomb shorts and all that, even though I'm not saying wearing bomb shorts is bad or anything, because when you start living your lifestyle, enjoying yourself, you wear bikini and all that, and nobody freaking cares, right? But I'm saying there were some pictures that didn't depict who I was trying, the brand I was trying to build in network marketing. Because people might go to your Facebook, I've heard this person, you know. Some of you might even start checking me out. It has happened a lot of times where after my training, I see some people add me, thank you so much for the training. Imagine if they now go to my Facebook, they now see me, I say some vulgar things, I say some nasty things. They can't put the picture together. Do you understand? So now that you're now here, start building yourself, start building your skill and all that so that you can succeed while you're here. Good.
So you mentioned something. I just want to add this to it because while watching the 28th minute, while watching the 28th minute video, actually that's where I started on WhatsApp to my friend.
Okay.
They mentioned looking at the big announcements now. You coming in, or rather inviting your friends, and then a C2 energy consultant, just like this same question of who presents. I believe, because I know Shadrach came around, my friends were all waiting for him to move down from Abuja to Maya to come and do the presentation for them. They believed more in him out of. So I'm not saying actually it's the question now, but let's clarify that. If you're calling for a big announcement, are you the one to do the presentation, or should it be like an offline of yours, somebody they don't know, your woman
Present,
does not know
yeah.
to present?
Okay, if you're in another state and you're running this presentation, and you're running this business, and you don't have an upline, or let's say your upline is, say, in Abuja, and you're, let's say, in Umwa here, you can actually invite your prospects and that's your your friends and present to them. You still use the script. I'm unveiling my new line of business. What. But now instead of someone else presenting, you're the one who's presenting. But there's a script for what you have to say before you eventually start presenting. I don't have that here, but I know it's something like, when I saw this opportunity, I feel like I shouldn't hold all of that in. I wanted to share it with you, my friends, my dear friends. There's some other things you're supposed to say, and then you unveil the opportunity. You can tell them that I'm just starting, with this, but they're all thanks to God. This has given me some level of results, and then you present it yourself. The reason is because you don't want to hold your business captive because your upline is in another state. So for this method, yes, you can present to them, but for the questionnaire, you can't present to them because the way you give out the questionnaire, you already know how questionnaires are given out, and then the person comes and the person sees you present. You know how it is already. Yes, for big announcements, you can present or your upline can present, but for that questionnaire, you say, hell no, I don't agree that you should present. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, madam, everything you said, well presented without patronizing you.
Thank you.
Just a little light I want you to throw on two things. One is the questionnaire. I would like you to throw a light on how that questionnaire should be and what should be the content. Because I haven't seen a model questionnaire. Number two, talking about business launch or home launch. I'd like you also to give us a little idea how, because I know when you call it launch, people should be entertained.
Yes. That's something I should have talked about.
What is the minimum
amount of entertainment? Awesome. I love that question. All right, so let me answer the first one. There's already a standard for the questionnaire, sir. Sir, you can take this. This is the standard for the questionnaire. You can make one or you can buy here. Yes, you can tell your leader to be. If I just get one and then reproduce in your state so that you don't have to constantly, how much is it, Kwan? In your state it may even be cheaper, but in Abuja I know that one goes for like 6 naira or so. So you can now sell to your downlines there at 10 naira and even make some money. Did you understand? And so that's what it looks like. So you already heard what I said about sharing it, but that's what it looks like. You don't have to make it yourself. We already have a standard for the questionnaires. Now, on the second question, concerning the big announcement, good. Please, the launch is Launch, not Lunch. That was how one woman invited me for her lunch about a year ago. And I went there, I saw fried rice, chicken, chai. Even myself, I said that chai when I entered. But I knew she wasn't going to get much results from that. Because your guests will be thinking, so me too, when I register, now so I go to cook rice, chicken. I'm not interested. Anyway, remember this business, keep it simple. Something that anybody can easily duplicate. Me too, I ate the rice and chicken. I enjoyed myself, but I knew she wasn't going to get much results. And she even did chops. I imagine after the rice and chicken, she still did chops. So all you can do is you already have your coffee. Abi, everybody here has their coffee. Just make coffee for them. You might stretch yourself to just add biscuits. You might just stretch yourself, but it's not compulsory. You're giving them food for thought, not food for their belly. Do you understand? So even that coffee self that you're giving them, you're trying. Most home lunch I've gotten massive results without water. I'm telling you the truth. I've gotten massive results without even water. But for your guests, you can just give them coffee to just make it fair. So it doesn't look like we're spreading Own Your Life campaign and we're broke. We're not broke.
My question is, okay, you make your warm list certified, you give your offline, or you give the consultant from the office to call. So who is supposed to make the reminder call?
Okay, the consultant that made the call for you. Yes. But in some cases where your upline does not do that at all, remember what I said about the strategy. You can chat them up. Oh, have they called you? When did they invite you for? Saturday. Now that you know it's Saturday, on that Saturday you can say, babe, ensure that you go early. I know that these guys don't take nonsense. That's if your upline is, let's say, very busy. Because it's your business. You're in it for not them, it's for you. So in case they are not disposed to make the reminder call, you too can step in and do it in a creative way. You're not calling them to come and say, I'm calling you from Own Your Life campaign. This is to remind you, you're not the consultant. You can just use a creative way. They invited you for Saturday. Remember, go early. If you go late, I know that these guys don't take nonsense. Just simple things you can say here and there. But for the business lunch, you're the one, of course, that makes the reminder call. Yes. All right.
So
You're welcome.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. Just with the last question. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
For this
sir.
wonderful opportunity, sir.
Thank you.
I'm Elihu James, an assistant commander with civil defense
Wow.
from Adama State Command.
Wow, nice to meet you.
I thank you for this wonderful opportunity. There are two problems we have in Adama. Of all the supplements we have ever gotten, everybody as a leader, they always told me, why is it that these colleges we have never seen in our home? So I want to let people know that please want it to be inside.
Okay.
Number two.
Please, I'm not a lawyer. Let me answer them one after the other. For the corridors, it doesn't come in all the packs, but they can reorder. They can always buy whenever they want to buy. That's why your job as a leader is to know these things, since you're a leader in Adamawa, because you're going to be getting this question. So just communicate it to them that anytime you want to buy it, they can go to the warehouse. You can even help them. I don't know if Alliance is in Adamawa. I doubt that. So you can help them, get it. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Then we want to know, in order to diversify the usage of the tools for the invitation, because we know the making of this money is in the invitation. So in order to with this usage of jingles to explore the cold market, the last time about 3 or 4 persons brought their money so that they can do jingles. A lot of people complain. I have talked to they refuse to come, that they prefer exploring cold market. So I had not called my leader that time, and they had, without my knowledge, given money to the secretary in the office, our girl. And then in the end, they were disappointed because we had not been taught
how to go about the radio.
How to go about the jingles. I had to call my leader. Sister, there are such, he said, if we do it and they end up, after signing up, and they do the jingles, after buying another 7,000 and they didn't get good results, it will bounce back to our
Yes.
That I should wait for it. So I want to, please, can you use the opportunity to tell us the difficulties in you doing jingles? Because I know what the jingles is going to say to them, and then they will answer, take their name and do yes to your phone.
Yeah.
What is the next difficult thing? Because we were left to leave the money that we have not given them back, neither have they asked. We are still insisting that they want to explore the cold market.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me answer the question. What? Okay, let me answer the question. First of all, please, radio should not be introduced to any new distributor until they've exhausted what is in the SMO checklist. Do you understand what I'm saying? It should not be radio should not be mentioned. That's why in the tools, because I assumed I'm talking to leaders. Yes. That is even why I mentioned radio. During my quick starter guide, I do not mention radio. I might just say some of you came through radio, and I even tell them that the radio is not one of our tools. Do you understand? Because she might be doing radio, but she has some, a number of people she can expose to the opportunity to, and they are there doing the radio. Now, before somebody can do radio, the person should have understood the business to some level. But there are some people that no matter what, this is now in exclusive cases, no matter what, they will not do 35 names. They will not do literally anything. You've talked to them about this and that, 35 names they will not do. Or they even tell you, I don't want to do any of that. Is there any other method? You can now tell them about the radio. But also let them know that radio results may not come instantly, so that they don't expect that once they just do one radio, they start making a lot of money. My experience with radio has been more like this, where I do a lot of radio, and then eventually I just get one person that covers up for all the radio I've done. Most of my leaders, Abigail that I talked about that bought the car, is actually from radio. How did she come through radio? The man that signed her up did the first radio. In fact, I was even the one that talked to the man's upline and said, see, Mr. Okwano has done 35 names, no show. He went as far, he's very elderly. I don't think there's anybody, he's very elderly. Done questionnaires as old as he was, or he is. Did a lot of questionnaires, no result. And I said, since Mr. Okwano has money, let's get him to do the radio. The man paid down 40K. We exhausted the radio. Every slot is 10K in Abuja. I don't know about your state. Every slot is 10K. We exhausted the 4 slots, not even one sign up. I did not know how to go back to the man. What do I even want to tell him again? But I just told from Naya, let's get him to do just one more radio while we're still following up on that. And eventually he got Abigail. Abigail signed up. And that's like his breakthrough in this business. And from there, he has been getting some other, sign-ups. But that was exposed to him after all the other methods were exhausted. So hope I answered your question. Okay, so thank you.
Please, can we give her a round of applause?
Thank you.
A round of applause, a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please,
Thank
can we
you.
clap for her? She's still going.